Et ce coup-ci, on se retrouve du coup pour en apprendre un peu plus sur Ganyu avec sa quête histoire. Que jusque-là, moi, dans toutes les quêtes, dans toute l'histoire générale qu'on a fait, on l'a croisé vite fait, mais on n'en sait pas forcément plus. C'est une adepte, il me semble, Ganyu. Ou une adepte ou apparentée aux adeptes en tout cas. J'ai plus le détail exactement. Mais je pense qu'on va en apprendre plus du coup avec sa quête.
Aren't you Ningguang's servants? How come you're here?
We are Miss Ningguang's private secretaries, not servants.
Have you seen Miss Ganyu, traveler?
On l'a croisée vite fait.
Several days since Ganyu left for Joyun Karst. She's the general secretary of the Liyue Qixing. We've only taken over her responsibilities until she gets back.
Ouais, elle est hybride. Il me semble que c'est ça. Il y a un truc mi-adepte, mi-humaine, ou je sais plus trop. Mais elle a des cornes, donc...
They commissioned Ganyu as their envoy to deliver a letter to Joyun Karst and bring the Adepti the latest news about the crisis. Still, Ganyu should have been back to her usual responsibilities by now, but she's disappeared without a trace.
Is that so? Maybe Ganyu just took a little detour. Who can blame her after working so hard?
I'm afraid it's not very likely. Ever since we met Ms. Ganyu, she's been nothing but the most conscientious person in all of Liyue. Even when it's time for her annual leave, Ms. Ganyu stays on duty at Yuehai Pavilion saying
Ganyu, c'est une archère, non, aussi?
She couldn't possibly be using her mission as an excuse to slack off.
Oh, Paimon sees how it is.
J'aime pas trop les archers en vrai.
Enfin, je suis pas fan. Get in trouble, right?
It's because of this absurd workload of hers. When we first heard the three of us would be taking over for Miss Ganyu, we thought it would simply be a matter of changing our work environment.
We couldn't have imagined that Miss Ganyu's daily workload far exceeds what the three of us are used to doing.
C'est vrai que les adeptes, ils sont assez incroyables.
Traveler, I've heard that you can go in and out of there as you please.
Of course, we've been there lots of times.
Ah, that's good news.
Bon, faut qu'on aille voir Ganyu du coup.
And find Miss Ganyu for us? Preferably before we collapse under this workload.
Ouais, on va le faire.
Bien sûr. We're saved. I remember Miss Ganyu said that she'd be visiting Cloud Retainer's abode. You might as well start looking for her there.
It's about time she came back to work.
No, perhaps we should go to Lady Ningguang first and bring up our overtime pay again.
Bon, par contre, et elle est allée voir Souffle Nuage, elle est allée voir la plus relou des adeptes, quoi. Genre l'autre espèce d'autruche, là, je la supporte pas. Bref. Mais je suis sûr qu'on va la retrouver, bien sûr. Hop. Non, mais Souffle Nuage, elle est très hautaine et très condescendante, je trouve. J'aime pas du tout son tempérament. Pas la peine de se la péter parce que blablabla, demi-dieu, tout ça, c'est bon. Il y a un moment, faut doser aussi.
You two. I did not expect to meet you here. Is it official or private affairs that bring you here? I shouldn't. I have left the human world. Please contact the Yuehai Pavilion regarding matters concerning the commercial port.
Comment ça, elle a quitté le monde humain?
Huh? You don't want to be the Qixing secretary anymore? But they're all waiting for you to come back.
That's why you're here? You want me to come back? I'm afraid you came here in vain.
What? Did something happen?
The clouds fold and unfold. The tide ebbs and flows. It was meant to be. When the Adepti entrusted humans with overseeing Liyue, I knew it was only a matter of time until I had to leave.
Ok.
My Adepti blood makes me unwelcome in Liyue Harbor. I delivered the letter and came back to Liyue Harbor, only to discover that I had been replaced by Baiwen, Baishao, and Baishe. Perhaps that mission of mine was just a pretext to remove me. Since the Qixing gave me a chance to leave with dignity, I decided to be tactful as well.
On a eu un malentendu, je
I
pense.
appreciate your kindness, but there's no need for your words of comfort. After 1,000 years away, I came back to Jueyun Karst. Looking at the clouds floating among the mountains brings me peace of mind. I feel better now.
But
Who disturbs the peace of these mountains?
Et voilà, le pigeon sacré là qui vient.
Cloud Retainer, we're terribly sorry. We just...
One merely jests. One felt your presence the moment you set foot upon this land.
Wow, you Adepti really are impressive.
Come here to chat about the old times with Ganyu. It looks like you get along quite well. Ah, a matter leaves you at an impasse
Elle est
then.
plaisante.
Not to worry.
Ça marche. Merci,
One is
merci à toi d'être
exceptional at
passé.
seeking
Merci pour le
avenues for
follow et merci pour le soutien. Au
One
plaisir
has
de
been
te
one's
revoir
own
sur le
companion
live.
in idle talk
Et
for
passe
many a
une bonne
year.
journée.
Ah, yes. Since you are Ganyu's friends, tales from her youth shall one apprise you of, perhaps?
Ah, on va en apprendre plus.
Cloud Retainer.
Nothing to be ashamed of. You were so cute as a child.
Bonne journée à toi
One
aussi,
is
merci.
most certain that your friends would like to hear of it.
Oui, on veut en apprendre plus.
Little Ganyu loved when the horns on the top of her head were caressed.
C'est bizarre ça.
When one was still taking care of her, one was pestered most often to touch her horns. She was elsewise loath to sleep.
Wow.
Plump she was back then. Why, when she stumbled while we ascended the mountain, she would roll down to the bottom like a little ball.
Mais c'est bizarre ça
The
comme
day
histoire
Ganyu bumped
sur
into
son
a
enfance.
pilgrim was the first time she saw a real human in the flesh. So fearful she was that she hid in a rock's cleft for 2 days and nights. One found her wailing of a monster she had seen.
Cloud Retainer? Forget it. It's about time for my training. I will take my leave.
Je pense qu'elle l'a un peu contrariée quoi.
One's intention was merely to relieve the awkward tension.
Mais par contre, elle remonte dans mon estime.
You did the exact opposite. Impressive.
Be that so? Huh. But returning to Ganyu, most gladdened one is of your arrival. One cannot help but feel that remaining in Jueyun Karst shall not be good for her. One will tell you more about her, if you should permit it. Most benevolent among all Adepti are the Qilin. They drink only spring water and eat only whole grain. But perhaps the mountainous dwellings of Adepti in Jueyun Karst might be too lonely for her human side. Under moonlight did one see her last. She stood by the precipice's edge, and upon the mist-veiled mountains she gazed. Her thin figure was immersed in the vast sea of clouds. One noticed her loneliness, and sought to convince her to go back to the human world. But just then, she said thus.
Liyue Harbor feels even lonelier than Jueyun Karst. When I look at the sea of clouds in Jueyun Karst, I merely feel the loneliness of a solitary cloud gazer. When I step into the sea of people in Liyue, I feel the loneliness of an inhuman that doesn't belong in the human world.
did, by chance, hear this much of Ganyu's thoughts. Alone, she will find her predicament hard to conquer. One hopes that you will accompany her.
Oh, Retainer's right.
C'est trop
Can't
triste.
leave Ganyu depressed like that. Besides, Liyue hasn't given up on her. She's got it all wrong.
C'est trop triste.
Anyways, what's that training Ganyu was talking about?
She has sought to reclaim her Adeptus side since returning to Jueyun Karst.
She should be in the southern part of Mount Aotsong right now, preparing for the trial.
Huh, is that so? Let's go take a look then.
Bon allez, on va la rejoindre. En tout cas, les petites cinématiques comme ça, c'est toujours des masterclass. Hein. Ça fonctionne toujours très très bien. Et bah, l'histoire a l'air d'être triste encore. Enfin, d'être triste. Il a l'air d'y avoir de l'émotion. Hop, on va passer dans son dos discrètement. Pas du tout. Bon, ouais, sinon, il y a un moment... Ah. Rip Barbara. La petite Barbara est quasiment décédée. Hop, au passage on prend les pommes. Et j'ai découvert que les pommes étaient importantes dans la sérénité hier. Ça permettait de faire de la teinture. Oh bah. Alors attends, j'aimerais bien juste... Ouais, j'allais dire, j'aimerais bien juste pas me prendre les dégâts de l'explosion, mais... Ça fonctionne aussi comme ça, hop. Mais je me suis TP au bout du monde ou... Mais... Attendez, le point de TP était pas là? C'est moi qui ai bugué ou... Bon, pas bizarre. On regardera le replay.
So here you are, Ganyu.
Why did you come here?
On vient de tenir compagnie.
Humans should not remain in the realm of Adepti for too long. Considering the kindness you have shown me, I can let you stay for the Adeptus training.
Yay!
This trial was prepared by Cloud Retainer. Its goal is to help me feel like an Adeptus again. The training is much to her signature style. I hope it won't make it seem like she is too unaware of the abilities of others.
Is it difficult?
No, I'm aware of your strength, Traveler. The power hidden within you is not inferior to mine. If you're ready,
Ok.
we shall begin the training.
Allons-y, entraînons-nous. Faut que je fasse quoi?
Next on the agenda...
Ok. Non, mais non, mais non. Qu'est-ce que vous voulez que je fasse? Le jeu m'envoie un signe. Le jeu est en train de me dire non.
There's a lot of gliding around.
Je vais pas réussir.
Does feel like something Cloud Retainer would come up with.
Aïe 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 aïe. Ça sent pas bon. Est-ce que je peux l'atteindre? Oh, je peux pas l'atteindre d'ici. Oh la catastrophe. J'en peux plus. Bon, on a perdu genre 1 minute. Ok, ici, on va voir celui-là. On peut avoir... Oh, on bouge. Bah, par contre... Non, mais faut doser, là. Ok.
Wow, Ganyu's a really awesome shooter.
If you could see through the eyes of an Adeptus, you wouldn't be so surprised.
Bon, alors, dosons, hein, parce que là... C'est vraiment l'heure de rapporter des... Je vais éclater. Non mais... Mais... Ok, ok. Ça fait 9. Ouais, ça m'a l'air un peu tendax, mais... Oh, ça va, non? C'est les 3 dernières? Tranquille, hein. Vraiment facile, quoi. Vraiment facile.
We've completed the task. What do you think?
Non, c'est pas facile.
Hardships are a fact of life, both for the Adepti and humans alike.
Ganyu, what were you planning to do once your training was over?
The training's not over yet. The part prepared by Cloud Retainer is only the first trial.
Huh? So there are more trials prepared by other Adepti?
No. The only Adeptus who can unlock my true potential is...
Who is it?
On va voir qui.
Conqueror of Demons.
Oh, ciao.
Huh. So it's Shao. That cold-hearted loner? How come he's prepared a trial for you?
Ah, de toute façon,
I
j'aime
found him
bien.
unapproachable at first
J'aime bien,
too,
j'aime bien. Ciao. Je
but
trouve
I
qu'il a un
believe
bon...
that being able to face
Il a
him
un
is an
bon look.
important part of
Il
my
a un bon
homecoming.
flow.
He's already waiting for me. Come along if you're interested.
Of
Bah, bien sûr
course
qu'on
we
vient.
are. Let's...
Bien sûr qu'on y va. Du coup, il a... D'accord, ok, je pensais qu'il allait être à l'auberge. Hop, pas du tout. Alors, hop. Oh, attends, il y a un petit défi là. Ça, c'est sur la route. Ce serait dommage de pas le faire. C'est peut-être pour ça que j'aime pas les archers. Hein. Parce que je suis vraiment éclaté avec,
Destiny has brought me hither.
avec un arc.
You're half an hour late. I see you still haven't abandoned the wrongful ways of humankind.
I'm sorry. I had a meeting with Cloud Retainer. I
don't need your explanations and don't require any mutual understanding between us. I'm just helping you with your training. That's all.
Shao is such a strict teacher.
You're neither an Adeptus nor a human, always treading the line between the two worlds. It must create a lot of confusion.
Bonne ambiance, hein.
Instead of explaining yourself to me, you should face your true self.
Bonne
I
ambiance.
have nothing to hide.
Je pensais qu'il était plus sympa, lui. Ouais.
The body and the mind are one. If something worries your mind, your body can help you find a solution. The trial I've prepared for you will explore the true potential of your body.
Yes. I'm ready.
Ok, compléter l'épreuve. D'accord, bah, complétons l'épreuve alors. J'ai même pas lu ses sorts de... Qu'est-ce qu'elle nous fait, Ganyu? Trace de Chillin. Dépose un lotus de glace qui inflige des dégâts de zone. C'est du cryo. Marque les ennemis et concentre leurs attaques. Ces PV sont optionnels. Ah, ok, ouais. Le lotus s'explose à la fin ou s'il est détruit entre temps. Ok, ça marche. Et l'ulti, il fait quoi? En lançant les particules présentes dans l'air, Ganyu invoque une perle de glace magique qui exorcise les démons. Ok, elle a pas mal de dégâts de zone du coup. Ça a l'air plutôt intéressant.
The trial's begun! Paimon can feel it in the air. Even the weather's changed.
Bon, on va l'aider un peu parce que quand même...
We're way behind schedule.
Ah, mince.
Next on the agenda.
Odds reveal the... This may hurt a little.
No touching, born of ice and frost.
Everyone hold hands.
This is long overdue.
Ah, c'est ça l'ulti, ok, d'accord. Ok. Ah, il est pas mal son ult. Hein. J'aime bien.
Nice and spicy. By royal decree. I see everything.
Next on the... No touching.
For Rex Lapis. At the frying pan. Hey. Make yourselves at home. Odds reveal thyself.
J'ai l'impression que son E, il a pas de CD.
Access denied. Midnight Phantasmagoria. I see everything. Goba, get them. Come on, we can do it. Born of The weather is lovely and warm. Things are about to start getting lively again.
Ouais, elle a l'air intéressante pour le coup, Ganyu. Enfin, ses sorts ont l'air vraiment pas mal.
I've completed your trial.
You don't have to report back to me. Seeking other people's validation won't benefit your training. Only you can evaluate the result of this trial. You'll progress faster that way.
Understood.
Xiao always has such strong opinions.
Il est un peu
From
sécos,
tomorrow
quoi.
on, I'll start raising the difficulty of your training, so you'll have to...
I have to do what?
Another one of those pesky visitors. I'll leave him to you, Ganyu. It's also a part of your training.
Pesky visitor? So even here there are those that Xiao can't deal with?
Mm-hmm.
Oh heavens! Blessed be Rex Lapis! I've finally come upon the Adepti. Are all of you the Adepti of this mountain? Great! My name's Sin Chung. I came to ask for your merciful blessings, O Adepti. I beg of you, please grant me luck, wealth, and a good career.
Oh, so it's a pilgrim.
On comprend pourquoi il est gênant.
Battle, but talking to strange humans is a different story, huh?
I am also one of the Adepti. You can say that I'm an Adeptus in training.
Perfect. I didn't come in vain then. Although you sound a bit half-hearted. Doesn't matter. What blessings can you grant me?
Wow, Straight to the point, huh?
Dear Pilgrim, you shouldn't jump to conclusions. Adepti don't help every pilgrim for free.
For free? Do you mean that you charge people for the blessings of the Adepti?
That's not what I meant. What I'm trying to say is that everything should be earned through hard work and earnest living. It would be unfair to other people if you got everything you wanted for no reason.
Hold on,
C'est
hold
vrai, ça.
on. I've heard this all before. You're just like my old man. Oh,
Your father must have experienced it firsthand. The lives of the common folk are riddled with hardships, but are also full of joy. A person of your age should focus on work and family, instead of chasing after fairy tales.
Ok, ça c'est
are
dit.
you a real Adeptus? Why do you speak and behave like us city folk? You sure you're not one of those swindlers who poses an Adeptus to cheat people out of their money?
Hop, hop, ouais, tu vas te calmer, mon
How
pote.
dare you reprove me? I bet you came here looking for the Adepti yourself.
He might sorta have a point. We did come here looking for Ganyu after all.
Enough. Doesn't matter if you're a real Adeptus or not. You're useless. I'm leaving.
Oh, comment j'ai envie de le monter en l'air, lui.
Nobody's stopping you. Ganyu, don't let that guy ruin your mood.
It's not his behavior. The things he said... He was right. I thought that coming back to Jueyun Karst and devoting myself to training would make me feel like an Adeptus again. But being questioned by him made me realize that I...
Bah, moi, je pense qu'elle devrait quand même rester à Liyue, mais c'est pas à moi de lui dire. Hein.
But I'm unwelcome in Liyue Harbor. As an Adeptus,
Mais non, on a dit que c'était un malentendu.
Just believe us.
All right. I'll go with you to Liyue Harbor. That said, I still trust my initial judgment. If I'm proven right, I'll return to Jueyun Karst once again.
It's a step in the right direction. Let's go.
Bon, hop. Retour au port de Liyue. Elle rentre avec nous. Et tout va bien. Hop là.
We're finally back.
I'm still...
Come on, Ganyu. We're almost there. You don't want to turn back now, do you?
I suppose you have a point. It would be quite impolite of me to leave the two of you now.
That's right. Where do you want to go first, then?
I've spent too much time in the mountains. The first thing that comes to my mind is the sea. Let's go for a walk in the port.
Happy to come with.
On va encore faire du tourisme à Liyue, là. Après avoir fait du babysitting pour le frère de Tarta, on se retrouve à faire du tourisme avec Ganyu. Attends, c'est l'autre côté. Ouais, hop. On va se balader dans la ville, mais on va utiliser un TP surtout. Et en vrai, j'ai pas commencé à... Enfin, j'ai exploré un petit peu le port de Liyue, mais pour le moment, je suis surtout en train de finir les zones de Mondstadt. J'essaye de les finir à 100%, de les explorer vraiment à fond. Et Liyue, j'ai pas encore fait toutes les quêtes ou cherché tous les coffres. Donc je connais pas tant que ça au final.
The smell of the sea breeze makes me nostalgic.
Ganyu, you didn't leave Liyue for that long. Why do you look so moved?
Well, I used to be so busy. I haven't taken a stroll around here in a long time.
Huh. That's true. Ganyu seemed to be working all the time.
Well, when I think about my time here, I've spent most of it behind a desk filing documents. It put me in a certain mood, similar to the one I felt during my training in Jueyun Karst, in fact.
Is that? It is! It's Lady Ganyu. I wouldn't have thought I'd meet you here.
Le vieil oncle Tian, là.
You're always so terribly busy.
Lady Ganyu? Why are you calling her that?
Petite Ganyu.
Please don't also start calling me that. Allow me to introduce Uncle Tian. He is...
Oui.
That's all right. Just tell them the truth. They have done so much for Liyue after all, and I am the one who has yet to introduce myself.
Uncle Tian is a member of the Liyue Qixing, the Tianshu.
C'est un membre des 7 étoiles?
What?
Eh
This
B.
grandpa is a member of the Qixing? The same rank as Ningguang?
Hush now. I must ask for your discretion concerning my identity. Fishing in the port and strolling about are the greatest pleasures of my life. I have no wish to be followed around by those armed guards.
Pas vu venir
In
celle-là.
most people's eyes, I'm just a forgetful and wordy old man.
Uncle Tian is too modest. He's been around for a long time. There's no one who can replace a person of such noble character.
L'habit ne fait pas le moine, comme on dit, bien entendu.
Ah, what an honor to receive such high praise from Lady Ganyu herself.
Uncle Tian, please. A person of your standing should really stop calling me Lady Ganyu.
My apologies. It's not intentional, just a habit from my younger days. Thank you for looking after me when I first ascended to my position in the Qixing.
Oh, so you've been friends for
Mais attends, elle a quel âge,
decades
Ganyu?
now, huh?
Oh, I was just fulfilling my duties as the Qixing secretary.
Talking about secretaries, oh, I don't know if I should bring it up. Ganyu, I believe you know my daughter, Huixin?
Yes, she works at Yue High Pavilion and she's my junior. How can I help her?
I don't know myself, really. She's all grown up now and doesn't like to ask for my help. May I trouble you to meet her at Yue High Pavilion? She just needs a bit of guidance.
With pleasure. Solving the Qixing's problems has always been in my job description.
She's back in character, just like that, huh? Let's move then, to Yue High Pavilion.
Allez, let's go. Hop. Le moyen le plus simple, ça reste de passer par ici.
I don't like the rain.
Oh bah. On l'a pas volé celui-là.
None of this will go to waste.
Petit coffre précieux qui traîne ici. Pas mal. Hop.
Everyone hold hands.
Bon, je vais faire un petit coup de scan pour tout prendre. Hop là.
Miss Ganyu. I don't know why, but seeing you brings me a sense of peace in these chaotic times.
Indeed, it has been a while, Huixin. I'm flattered, but aren't you exaggerating a little? I heard that you've encountered some problems and came to see if I could be of some help.
My father asked you to come, didn't he? Abusing his status as a member of the Qixing to trouble you.
Don't worry. I'm always happy to help a junior colleague from Yue High Pavilion.
Ganyu's not only a competent secretary, but also a great mentor.
So, what can you tell me about the problem?
Ugh, where should I start? I discovered something strange while organizing tax records. There are
On va faire une
obvious
quête
irregularities in
administrative
the tax
incroyable.
declarations of two stores, Second Life and Wanyo Boutique. However, without any evidence, my hands are tied.
I see. It's not uncommon for merchants to be blinded by greed.
Well, is there any solution you can advise?
On met le feu à leur
Naturally.
boutique.
I've dealt with similar issues hundreds of times. Give me a moment to consider the best approach in this scenario.
1000 ans d'expérience de travail. Ça fait 1000 ans qu'elle est là?
Let's approach it this way then. Your enemy knows you best.
Huh?
If I remember correctly, Second Life and Wanyo Boutique are old business rivals, competing for market share due to their similar wares. In
that case... Ah! I know what you mean, Miss Ganyu.
Bah ouais.
Exactly.
On va les faire se dénoncer entre eux.
Let's start with Wanyo Boutique. The owner's name is... Bolai, isn't it?
Yes,
je connais
you're
Bolai.
right. Follow me, please.
C'est pas le mec sur les quais là qui a une petite boutique de fleurs? Ouais, c'est ça. Hein. Je l'ai jamais aimé, lui. Il a une petite moustache là, il est arrogant. Il vend des fleurs et tout. Oh, la description toute pourrie du mec, mais je le déteste. Cordialement. Ouais, avec ta petite moustache. On va te mettre sous les verrous, toi.
Ah, we meet again, traveler. I suppose you're about to place a big order.
That won't be necessary, Mr. Bolai. Wanyo Boutique's credit is not sufficient to accept orders directly from Yuahai Pavilion. Should we need to place such an order, we would certainly go to Second Life instead.
Ooh.
What? Second Life? Ugh. That rascal Dongsheng. He's stealing all of my customers.
Well, Second Life's credit has always been excellent, and based on their tax records, their business is thriving.
Tax records? Thriving?
Huh. Is there anything you'd like to share with us, Mr. Bolai?
Don't let that rascal fool you. I know his dirty tricks best. If you don't believe me, show me his tax records. I'm sure I'll find something fishy in there.
You know Second Life's business so well?
Of course. Ugh, their every transaction makes my blood boil. I'd rather lose money myself than see that rascal make some.
Well
C'est vrai que c'est mesquin, mais
please
ça nous
look
donne
over
des
this
infos.
tax record. We'll review Second Life's credit based on your observations.
Oh, of course. I'll read very, very carefully. Line by line and word by word.
Non, mais il a une tête de fouine, ce mec.
Ah, here I found it. That exquisite wooden furniture set he bought from Fanmu Carpenters at the beginning of the year. Look at the tax record. Not a word about that furniture. And he kept all the profit for himself.
I see. He must have gotten rid of all the documents related to this transaction.
I told you so. Just as I expected.
But, Ms. Ganyu, despite all this, can't he just flat out deny ever making this transaction?
He might have destroyed all the evidence, but I believe the supplier, Fanmu Carpenters, might still have some proof of it.
Aha, you're right. Master Lu from Fanmu Carpenters must still have the invoice.
I hope so. Let's go to Fanmu Carpenters. It should be near Chinksa Village. Thank you for shining a light on this case, Mr. Bolai.
Oh, please, that's nothing. I just hope you won't be lenient with him once you find the evidence.
I'm afraid I can't go to Chinksa Village.
It's all right, Weishin. You can stay in Liyue Harbor and finish your work. Leave the rest to us.
Oh,
Bon, bah,
that's
petite,
so considerate of you. Still, I'm sorry to trouble you like that.
Petite enquête administrative. Hein. C'est pas les plus passionnantes, mais bon, faut les faire. Hop. Au passage, on prend les petits piments parce que on n'est pas à l'abri de devoir up quelqu'un. Je sais pas dessus. Hop là. Est-ce que t'as la facture?
Ah, welcome. How can an old carpenter like me help you? I'm usually happy to take new apprentices, but I'm afraid I can't take too many at once.
Kingsa really is full of lonely old people.
Hey, I heard that, Flying One.
Paimon's sorry.
Master Lu, we've just come to see you and ask you some questions.
Don't worry, I know. Why would the Qixing care about an old man like me? Well, whatever. You said that you want to ask me something.
You're very direct, Master Lu. I will be plain. We're looking for proof that Dongsheng from Second Life has been evading taxation. Dongsheng bought some furniture from you at the beginning of the year. Do you still have the invoice or any other record of that transaction?
Oh, it's about Second Life.
Mm.
It was a big order. How could I forget?
Sure enough,
Donne-nous
Mr.
les
Gronghai was
factures.
right. Could we perhaps borrow that invoice?
Of course you can, but I'm not so sprightly anymore.
What's that supposed to mean?
I only do my woodwork and display finished wares here at Fanmu Carpenters. As for old documents and such, I keep them all in a warehouse. But some troublemakers have recently moved there,
oui, bah.
invading my warehouse.
Non, mais il y a des voyous qui ont envahi l'endroit où ils gardent ces factures. Ça n'a aucun sens.
Maybe best to get it from the warehouse yourself.
So that's what happened.
I'll leave you to it then. I need to get back to work.
Ça n'a aucun sens. J'imagine que c'est un donjon solo du coup. On va attendre qu'ils sortent de la scène gentiment.
Find the invoice. Time.
Wait, I think I saw one of those troublemakers. Ah, over there.
Oh, Paimon sees them too.
Oh oui.
It's one of the Fatui.
Il est pas très discret dans le champ de fleurs.
They must be plotting something against Liyue Harbor.
Maybe they're the scoundrels who invaded Master Lu's warehouse.
Ever since Osial attacked the harbor, the Fatui's reputation in Liyue has reached rock bottom. We won't cause a serious diplomatic crisis by getting into some small scuffle with the Fatui within our borders. Besides, I can already feel their malicious intentions. My intuition as the secretary of the Qixing.
Then what are we waiting for? Let's go teach him a lesson.
Bon, let's go. On va aller lui botter le derche. Mais attends, j'ai pas Ganyu là.
I see everything. Sharing my knowledge. From him into the fire. Hey, yeah! By royal decree.
It's time for a flash freeze.
I'll protect us. Hey, oh, Boba, get them. Ah!
Bon.
Oh, you scoundrels!
I think you've had enough. About time you tell us your plan.
Plan? What plan?
We just taught you a lesson, but clearly you weren't paying attention. If you don't spill whatever you're scheming against Liyue, we'll be forced to use harsher methods.
Allez,
I'm
raconte.
telling the truth. There's no scheme.
If you're telling the truth, then why would you, a member of the Fatui, suddenly appear on the outskirts of Qingsa village?
Fine. If you really want to know, then, well, I was about to.
About to what?
Pick berries over there.
I must admit, I didn't expect you to come up with such a silly excuse.
It's not an excuse. I rarely have a free morning, and I heard that there were fresh berries in this area. Think about it. I'm here alone, and Qingsa Village is nothing more than a retirement spot for old people.
On vient de tabasser un mec qui voulait juste récupérer des baies.
By how he's looking at us, it does seem like he feels like he's the victim here.
So you have nothing to do with the occupation of Fanmu Carpenter's warehouse?
Fanmu Carpenter's warehouse? Where's that? I swear, I only came here to pick berries, that's all.
So it wasn't the Fatui who took over Master Lu's warehouse after all.
Oups.
I also feel that he's telling the truth.
Whoopsie!
I misjudged the situation and offended you. My apologies. Our exchange only represents my personal views. If you wish it so, you can file a complaint to the Ministry of Civil Affairs.
Exchange? This woman, she's clearly aware that the Ministry of Civil Affairs wouldn't side with us for Tui.
Yes, precisely. As an alternative, you may try to solve this problem with force once again.
Paimon's in!
Darn you. How can you wear that solemn face while bullying me like this?
What's your choice then?
I'll get back to my berries.
C'est quoi ce coup de pression?
What a bittersweet ending.
Mais
I made a laughingstock out of myself. I might have spent too much time away from work. My intuition is not as accurate as it used to be.
No worries. It's always nice to teach the Fatui a lesson.
Let's keep moving towards Master Lu's warehouse. Our goal is to get the invoice after all.
Ouais, le but c'était ça à la base. Ah mais il a vraiment récupéré les baies. Hop, moi je prends celle-ci. On partage comme ça. Hop. C'est par où la facture? C'est par là. Oh là, ça c'est pas du... C'est pas du fatui ça.
Seems like those troublemakers were nothing more than a few hair churls. Let's show them what we got. Oh, reveal thyself.
Mais pourquoi je joue pas avec Ganyu?
Let's dance.
Bon après s'ils viennent pas se battre aussi.
Nice and spicy.
Des renforts arrivent. Oh oui, l'attaque en plongée elle est belle.
Get them. By royal decree.
Oh toi mon petit bonhomme, tu vas t'en prendre une.
Let the show begin.
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
I see everything.
Oh mais laisse-moi te tuer juste et après c'est bon.
All clear. Quick, let's look around for the invoice.
Hop. Alors la facture. Là je peux pas rentrer, ok. Non. La facture, ok. Ah.
This one is an invoice from One Min Restaurant.
Mhm.
Some dining. This one is Wangsheng Funeral Parlor.
Ok, funérarium.
Oh, so they make coffins too.
Où est-ce que ça peut être? Je vois plus de petites flèches. Je suis aveugle. Ça change rien. Est-ce que je suis aveugle? Est-ce qu'il y a quelque chose derrière? Ah.
Second lives. We finally found it.
Nickel, hop. On peut retourner à Liyue. Et on va le mettre sous les verrous. Après, ça veut dire qu'il faut que je fasse la même chose avec petite moustache là. Faut que j'aille voir le concurrent pour qu'il balance et tout et tout.
Ah, Ms. Ganyu, you're back. I hope it wasn't too much trouble rushing about like that.
I promise to help you and I'll keep my word. Nothing to worry about. Look, it's the invoice for the transaction between Second Life and Fanmu Carpenters.
Thank you so much. Now we can solve this problem.
Yo, gros kiwi, comment est-ce que tu vas?
How about we go to Second Life and have a nice chat with the owner?
Allez, on va aller mettre un coup de pression. Oh, toi, je te connais pas par contre. Hop, raconte-nous tout.
Isn't it Huixin from the Yuehai Pavilion? I told you that all of my
Ça va
transactions
tranquille,
are
je te
included in
remercie.
the records. My tax declarations are scrupulous as well. I do hope that my business won't be affected by any groundless accusations.
Groundless accusations? Mr. Dongsheng, you seem very sure of yourself. But I sincerely advise that you cease this behavior immediately. It is liable to affect the fine you'll need to pay in the end.
No. I'm an honest merchant. I would never get involved with any fraudulent sources of profit.
Haven't I made myself clear? Mr. Dongsheng, you've already been proven guilty of tax evasion. I just came here to see if you'd confess.
What? Proven guilty? How come? That's impossible. Absolutely absurd.
He's talking without rhyme or reason. Must be crumbling under Ganyu's pressure. Time for the finishing blow!
Hop, en prison.
Mr. Dongsheng, can you tell me what this is?
It's an invoice from Fanmu Carpenters. I'm Master Lu. I didn't...
Do you admit to tax evasion? This transaction was absent from the tax record.
I didn't think you'd find out. I didn't leave a single trace.
Indeed. We wouldn't have found out if it weren't for Mr. Boalai's aid.
Balai? That imp from Wanyo Boutique? So he told on me behind my back.
Vas-y, balance
He's
du
got
coup.
his own share of dirty laundry.
Voilà.
Mr. Dongsheng, I'd like to hear a little more about this dirty laundry. Would you care to elaborate?
Tu dois te sentir tellement puissant quand tu montes les gens les uns contre les autres. C'est pas bien, faut pas le faire, mais quand même.
Thank you, Ms. Ganyu. I can take it from here.
That's good.
I must say, you're truly impressive, Ms. Ganyu. Your enemy knows you best. To think, you came up with this plan and executed it so masterfully.
It's actually one of your father's, the Tianshu's, old tricks. I just took some inspiration from it.
My father?
Pitting your opponent against their enemies and watching them drag each other down from an advantageous position, that's how Uncle Tian managed to keep his position in the Qixing secure for so many years. I figured that as Uncle Tian's daughter, you'd naturally grasp your father's strategies. So, I decided to use one of your father's tricks and play it out for you to see.
I can see it now. Clearly, I still have a lot to learn about my father. I'm really grateful, Ms. Ganyu. You're the kindest mentor I've ever had.
Ganyu solved both Huixin's work and family problems. Two birds with one
Efficace,
stone.
Ganyu.
Oh, you've helped me so much. You must allow me to repay your kindness.
That's not necessary. No need to be so serious.
Then let me treat you to a meal. The Traveler and Paimon are invited as well.
Bah, petit resto, on n'est pas contre.
Alright, come on, Ganyu. Just say yes. Let's eat.
Paiement, c'est vraiment un ventre sur pattes par contre.
It's just a meal.
If it's just a meal, there's no reason for me to decline. It'll be my pleasure, Huixin.
Actually, I've already booked Senua Kiosk. I need a moment to prepare everything first. Let's meet there in a while.
All right. We dare not refuse such generosity.
Allez, hein. Hop, petit resto là, payé à l'œil. Nous on n'a pas fait grand chose. Nous on a juste tabassé des gens et... On a juste tabassé des gens. C'est pas vraiment nous qui avons mené l'enquête. Enfin, on va arrêter de mentir. Hop là. On le connaît pas ce restaurant-là? Pas souvenir. Oh, c'est cossu, c'est beau, sympa. Je peux m'asseoir ici ou pas? Ah d'accord, on garde une... Pourquoi on garde une place
Miss
d'écart?
Ganyu, thank you for accepting my invitation. And as for the two of you, your presence is also much appreciated.
Sure.
That's so kind of you, Huixin. You went to great lengths to organize this.
Truth be told, apart from thanking you for all the help, there's something I'd like to tell you.
Oh? If there's anything I can help you with, just tell me straight away.
Oh, no, I don't really need help. Could you just listen for a bit?
With pleasure.
When I was a little girl, my father used to tell me many stories about you, Miss Ganyu.
Salut Axel, comment est-ce que tu
I
vas?
have the utmost respect for my father. I always admired how gentle and reliable you are. I've only decided to join the Yuehai Pavilion staff because I've always looked up to you.
I didn't know that you think so highly of me.
However, in reality, working at the Yuehai Pavilion turned out to be an arduous task.
Ça va tranquille, je te
I
remercie.
can't compare myself to such an outstanding secretary like you. I often doubt myself as a result.
I disagree. You're a great secretary in your own right.
Thank you. Over the years, I became a mother, too.
Huh? So Uncle Tian is a grandpa!
En même temps, il ressemble à un grand-père, quoi.
Influenced by
Donc,
my
ça
youthful
va.
ideals, she followed my footsteps and came to be a secretary at the Yuehai Pavilion, too. At first, I was worried about her. It's not an easy job, after all. To tell the truth, I'm still unsure if she's capable enough. But after all that happened this time, I've made up my mind to support her choice.
So, what made you change your mind?
The fact that she'll have you, Ms. Ganyu, as her senior colleague.
Mhm.
You'll help her, gentle as always, and tell her your mom used to do it like that. It'd be such a beautiful moment. If it's not too much to ask for, she might still need your guidance in 20 plus years, too.
Et du coup, elle vieillit pas, Ganyu? Enfin...
I never thought that I meant so much to you.
Just like when you showed me my father's trick. Having you as their witness makes people feel at ease.
Witness. It's true that I've witnessed thousands of years of Liyue Harbor's history. All the changes it's gone through, the stories of its people. But I've always regarded it as nothing more than the source of my loneliness. Huixin, you don't know how important those words are to me. You've made me realize that I share another connection with the people of Liyue Harbor. Apart from my contract with Rex Lapis, they rely on me, accept me, and long for me to bear witness to their stories.
Oh, of course. You're irreplaceable to us.
That's right. That's why I can't disappoint you.
Hooray! Ganyu's finally cheered up!
Even if I've really been supplanted, I wish to fight for my place. I won't let you down. I'm going to fulfill my contract and keep working as the Qixing secretary.
Elle a du mal à comprendre qu'elle a pas été renvoyée.
Regardless, I'll go back and see for myself. I'm afraid that it might have all become a mess during my absence. No time to waste. Let's get back to work.
Good luck, Miss.
On n'a pas mangé.
We're leaving already?
Ah ouais, non, là, pour le coup, là, on n'a pas mangé, quoi. Là, on n'a pas... Enfin, la table est encore pleine. Moi, j'ai grave faim, moi. Faut que je retourne... Oh, trop la flemme. Je préfère clairement me TP que monter les marches. Beaucoup trop la flemme. En vrai, vous faites pareil ou vous montez les marches? Genre, s'il y a un petit TP à côté, on prend le TP, non? On va pas se mentir. Oh, je suis pas mal là. Ah, dommage. Hop.
Aisha, are you okay? Did you fall asleep standing up?
Look who's back!
You even have enough time for leisure? It seems you three are a suitable replacement for me after all.
Not at all. We've been working for too long. If we didn't take a break...
We wouldn't have survived long enough to see you again, Miss Ganyu.
Miss Ganyu, we've missed you.
That's so kind of you all, given we've only met once.
We've been praying day and night for you to return and take over your duties again.
To us, you're like an adeptus coming down to the human world to save all life.
Forget all our envious complaints from before. Just free us from this strenuous work, please.
All right, I see. Please divide the matters at hand into government affairs, business affairs, and civil affairs. Mark out the tasks that haven't been started, and those that are in progress. I'll take care of the rest.
Of course.
Ça c'est de l'organisation, ça c'est propre.
Oh, finally. We're saved.
Bon, bah elle a retrouvé sa place. Hein.
There's one more thing. I'd like to earnestly thank you, Traveler. If it weren't for your companionship, I would still be embroiled in my inner conflict right now.
On peut pas dire que c'était une aventure amusante. Non, c'était pas une aventure amusante, on va se calmer quoi.
To think that I'd gained a human friend outside of work.
Calmons-nous.
It makes me happier than I could have imagined. I'd like to repay you when I'm done with the work at hand. What would you say if I accompanied you on one of your trips?
Sure, but are you ever done with work, Ganyu?
Let's cross that bridge when we come to it, shall we?
Ok. Bon. Bah c'était la quête histoire sur Ganyu. On a appris un petit peu plus. On a un peu joué avec elle. Le perso a l'air intéressant au niveau des aptitudes. Bon après moi les archers, vous l'aurez vu sur cette quête, c'est pas mon truc. Hein. Donc à voir. Mais la quête était intéressante quand même overall. Donc, on verra la suite une prochaine fois.